Brave, but foolish, my old Jedi friend. You're impossibly outnumbered. I don't think so. We'll see.
Oh my god! No! Oh my god. I am so done with this stupid game! I hate you!
And people hate you too.
No, they don't! People love me! I have lots of friends!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, gather around the deadliest Star Destroyer this galaxy has ever seen, because I want to take a moment to talk about light side Geonosis territory battles. Yes, we just completed yet another one today. And what I want to do is kind of sit back, talk about it. Now that we've kind of experienced a couple of light side territory battles, I want to first off get your guys' opinion. For those who are actually participating in light side Geonosis territory battles, there's a card in the top right hand corner. Are you enjoying light side Geonosis territory battles? I would like to know your guys' opinion. And what I want to kind of talk about is what we're missing. This territory battle gives me a lot of feeling, very reminiscent of the old Sith raid. Very difficult content. People are upset left and right, but over time, we're getting to the point where now Captain Rex can solo like 3 phases with a crew. So first, let me give you my experiences before I tell you what I think is going to come. The selling point for the solution that we're needing. And my guild is probably one of the top 5 guilds when it comes to this light side territory. So I have a lot of experience with this. I'm in a very good guild, top 3, top 5 guild for knocking out this territory. So here's my rewards. We actually got a nice full piece right here, which I'll probably hoard because we still don't know the rest of the requirements for Galactic Legends. One of the biggest problems I think of this light side territory, it feels very RNG dependent, very luck dependent if you're not very familiar with the terminology. And what I mean by that is that sometimes you're going to get 4 out of 4 just because you got the right type of lineups, you got the right turns in, and then sometimes you're going to get absolutely steamrolled. You go in after a couple turns from the enemy, you're basically done with it at that point. We're talking about full relic teams. As you see, my Galactic Republic is definitely not shy of relics, since we got a solid Padme team, we got a solid Shock T lineup, we got a solid gas lineup. And then, of course, down here, things get a little bit differently. But, of course, I'm running a lot of other great teams as well, such as Jedi. I've been doing a lot of testing with the Resistance. The Resistance, with the new Resistance heroes, is actually turning out to be a very solid faction for territory battles if you get the right lineup to come across. I find myself, if I bring in Resistance up against a team with like 3 Geo Spies at the beginning, you're kind of screwed. You get kind of you just get absolutely mowed over because you can't get to those Geo Spies. So that's where the RNG dependency kind of comes in. And then, of course, there's the camp special mission, which this time around, I've completed the mission once so far, and I didn't want to make a video just yet because I want to see, all right, is this strategy I'm working with RNG dependent? And the second time around, I just barely lost, which is very frustrating. So even my guild, again, we're talking like top 5 guild in the world right here, we're only getting about 9 shards or so, and it seems like the average for top guilds in general is about 10 shards. So that means there's definitely a lot of complications. The cam mission requires a lot of RNG. If 5s dies first, you're in trouble. If Shock T dies first, you're in trouble. It seems like as long as the luck goes in your favor, you'll kind of eke by with God tier mods and relic 7. So between the RNG factor going on, as well as the high gear and relic requirements that are needed, it seems for a lot of people, it's not been an enjoyable experience. But with that said, have I been enjoying light side territory battles? And here's what I'm going to say. The reason why I'm enjoying it, because I have a feeling I know what is to come. Looking at the Sith raid, you kind of eventually get the solutions given to you over time. New characters, power creep, new relics, and gear tiers and whatnot. The thing that I'm excited for is that it seems like this territory battle is laying out what is needed to move forward. What is the solution that we're needing? I know people are joking and saying, oh, it's got to be relic 8 through 14. I don't think that's the case yet. What I'm thinking is the case is when you're looking at the territory battles, the map that is, you're seeing, for example, they require multiple Jedi tiers in single phases sometimes. And because of how you're going across the map, sometimes phase 2 you'll need a Jedi, and then you're going to do some phase 1 battles, which needs Jedi. But the problem is right now, we only have really one solid Jedi team right now. Jedi Knight Revan, Bastila Shan, Jolie Bindo, Grandmaster Yoda, Hermit Yoda. I've been using General Anakin Skywalker with Jedi sometimes. And that's basically it. You don't have a lot of wiggle room. And this comes to our first point. What I think is going to be happening. Galactic Republic Jedi reworks. I know we have the Mace Windu memes getting strong right now. There's a lot of people like, what the heck? We have this Geonosis territory balance, but Mace Windu is not needed for the Django mission. I'm thinking what's going to be happening is that these Galactic Republic Jedi down here are going to be getting reworks of some sort in the near future. I don't think it's all going to revolve around Ki-Adi-Mundi. Yes, I'm pretty sure this guy is going to be a solid character, but I don't think this is the solution to creating a second Jedi team. So much more is needed with this whole dead space of a faction. The other day we went up against a relic I'm a Gundai Galactic Republic team, and it was so bad. So that's point number one. I think a new Galactic Republic Jedi team is gonna be in the works of some sort. Probably some Galactic Republic Jedi reworks. Maybe Ki-Adi-Mundi is that solution we're looking for. I don't think it is, because Ki-Adi-Mundi is gonna be way out there. If I'm only getting 8 to 10 shards per territory battle, we're looking at another, geez, probably another 6 months before we even unlock him, and then maybe even longer after that to 7-star him. Like, I'm almost certain that this year the Mace Windu rework is going to be happening. We got some hints last year. The developers said they just ran out of time. They didn't want to just kind of half effort a Mace Windu rework of some sort, so they kind of hinted at, hey, with the return of the Clone Wars TV show, hey, maybe we'll have an opportunity to come back and rework him. So this character probably is going to be one of those big characters important for knocking out Geonosis territories. I'm not expecting a god tier character that's going to be destroying metas, but if we get a Galactic Republic Jedi team that is just so dang good at tackling light side Geonosis territories, that'll make a lot of people happy, because the better rewards you get, the more guild event token currency you're getting, the more gear, relics, yada, yada, yada. I'm really looking forward to this year hopefully being the year of the Mace Windu rework. Secondly, there is a Galactic Republic mission which demands that you use General Kenobi and Commander Cody, as well as the clone sergeants. Here's the next point on the list. 212th Attack Battalion. Almost certain that's got to be happening. We got this whole spiel last year when Shock T was released that the clones are going to go through a several stage nesting doll. We already kind of saw the 501st clones we brought. Shock T babysat them, and then all of a sudden we had General Skywalker take the clones away. We may be going through the same rinse and repeat cycle where new 212th Attack Battalion characters may be coming, like Gregor and whatnot, will be thrown in with General Kenobi. And there we go, another team that we can be using to knock out Geonosis territories, as well as a special mission that requires General Kenobi, because even his leader says 212th Attack Battalion Commander, and you would think it'd be kind of something like General the 501st. We have a full clone team behind General Kenobi. That just sounds amazing, in my opinion. The only concern I'm gonna have is Kenobi is just so important for Padme Amidala. I don't know how Padme Amidala can survive without General Kenobi and light side territories. And then Grand Arena is a whole different conversation to have, because right now that mission is going to be extremely difficult. That special mission with Kenobi and the Clone Sergeant Commander Cody, it's going to be extremely difficult to knock that out anytime soon. Then Clone Sergeant probably can get a fresh coat of paint. He's such a generic character, they could probably find a home for him. Throw him in a 212th Attack Battalion, make him just kind of a generic 212th Attack Battalion soldier, and then add maybe 1 or 2 or 3 more clone troopers of some sort, and boom, we got another team. So we talked about Galactic Republic, we talked about the Galactic Republic Jedi, the Galactic Republic 212th Attack Battalion. But moving beyond the Galactic Republic, I think all that stuff is so obvious. It's very like light side, or the territories we had way back when for Hoth. We had all these missions which required things like bounty hunters and the Empire, and they were just so bad. Those missions were kind of unbearable. Then eventually Capital Games created the solution, which were reworked and new characters down the line. So people who are very upset with light side territories, Republic Offensive, if you've been playing way back when Hoth territories was released, you would know exactly that same feeling. It's kind of a repeat cycle. You get frustrated, why can't I beat this? And all of a sudden the solution is given to you, which is why I'm not too upset, because this just seems like it's just completely spelt out that this is going to happen. All this Galactic Republic love. I don't think Darkseid really requires too much more. Of course, I would love more Separatist droids and whatnot, but I'm thinking the Galactic Republic needs a bit more help compared to the Separatists and other Darkseid factions. The Darkseid Geonosis territories, the Separatist mind is not nearly as difficult. And the last thing I want to talk about here in regards to what we're probably missing, and then I'm going to kind of explain when we might be seeing all this new stuff. Resistance. As I said earlier, the Resistance are actually a pretty solid faction for territories. You don't even need the Resistance heroes. You can do some combat waves in phase 1 with just Jedi training Rey and trying to do things like Finn, Resistance Trooper, BB-8, throwing in C-3PO or R2-D2. You can get some solid work done with the Resistance. So don't sleep on this. We'll make a guide in terms of the best teams. But the Resistance heroes take the Jedi training grade team even further. They just completely blow away. As long as you don't come across a bunch of Geo spies that they can't target, so long as they can target their enemies, get exposed, they're the inspiration from Resistance hero Finn that starts spreading like wildfire throughout the whole team, because then Poe kind of carries it over like a virus. It is extremely effective for taking out tons of droid battalion, doing massive amounts of damage, and because of the exposes as well as the Terminator, their Jedi training grades lead, it makes it much more bearable. So the point I'm getting at is as more people start getting Resistance hero Finn and Poe, I'm starting to think that's going to be the next solution. And then, of course, things that we've been speculating for a while. I kind of already said this. If you only can chase after one Galactic Legend, the one I would recommend in terms of what is needed right now is a good light side team. So most likely Galactic Legend Rey is also going to be part of the solution. We're assuming a very god tier character of some sort that's going to take the new Resistance team. So you have a Jedi training Rey squad, a Galactic Legend squad, and boom, another team right there. So when do I think all this lovely stuff can be happening? Well, we just had the first episode of Clone Wars Season 7 yesterday, and my goodness, it feels good for that TV show to come back. Between The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars TV show, it's making me feel so confident about Star Wars once more, now that the sequel movies are kind of teetering off right now. Jeez, I can't talk. And if we kind of go back, the developer said basically through March, we're going to be having sequel content, Galactic Legends and whatnot, but around the end of March, beginning of April, that is when we're going to be starting to transition our way into the next batch of content. That's when the next Road Ahead blog post, if you guys remember the differentiation between Road Ahead and, say, the Galaxy I gave you the other day, I said the Road Ahead blog post talks about the new content, the new turn of content that we're going to be going through. And once the sequel content dies off, my assumption at that point, especially because the developers said back in November, they're going to make their way around the Clone Wars content, because Clone Wars content is going to be hot for the next couple months. We have 12 episodes, I believe, or so of the new Clone Wars Season 7, and we're going to get one every Friday. We have several months of Clone Wars content. So my prediction is probably come around April, May. Expect more Galactic Republic Jedi love. So if you've been upset with how light side Geonosis and Territory Balance has been going lately, I think it should at least get you excited after this video that this year Galactic Republic are going to get a lot of necessary content that is missing. And who knows how all this new stuff, 212th Attack Battalion, Galactic Republic Jedi, how that could even translate into future legendary style events down the road. We don't want to get ourselves too excited right now. And with this new Clone Wars Season 7, we're already seeing Commander Cody kind of be at the forefront of the start of this season, which really gets me going and thinking that Commander Cody is going to get that rework. Aside from that special mission happening, he's kind of important already for the start of the Clone Wars Season 7, kind of helping out Captain Rex on some side missions and trying to find you-know-who. And another awesome thing that I would love to see, the developers have been saying that this year there's going to be a sea of new content or new characters and ships. One thing that they could obviously do, we saw in the first episode, is adding the Bad Batch. I don't want to talk too much about them in case people haven't seen it already, but the Bad Batch already has basically an attacker, a support, a tank, and like all these other kind of necessary mechanics to compose a full team of 5. So very much like how way back when Han Solo came out, we got like the whole scoundrel crew that we saw in the Han Solo movie. There's a very good chance they can come around and create kind of like a Kira-ish type of Bad Batch crew, where you got your several elements. You got your support, you got your leader, you got your attacker, you got your tank, healer. That would be pretty darn cool to see come the Galaxy Heroes. Bad Batch just seems like kind of like an obvious type of a team to add. Kind of like the Phoenix has all those different elements that you would kind of see in a collector card style game. Keep your eyes peeled for the Bad Batch. I'm thinking that could be an obvious thing they could add come later on this year, but seeing how they kind of missed the ball with adding a lot of sequel content characters and Mandalorian characters, I don't want to get my hopes up too high. But if I was running Capital Games, I would give you guys the Bad Batch, I can assure you. And then we talked briefly about the cam mission being difficult because there's a little bit of RNG involved. The problem with the clones, there's not too much survivability because there's not a really good healer aside from Shock T. And we already see Kix or in the start of the Season 7 Clone Wars, a 501st member, this crew could definitely see at least one more new clone be added. If this team had a healer of some sort, man, this team would be transformed into a whole other level of the team. The cam mission would be so much more bearable. You have ways to heal up your team and survive a bit longer, because that's the biggest problem. The cam mission right now is survivability. So let's go ahead and wrap up our conversation right there. Pass the ball over to all you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there. how are you feeling about light side Geonosis tier battles? It is difficult, but do you enjoy it? And are you kind of looking forward to the solution that they're going to be giving us going forward? Of course, we can talk longer about maybe new relic tiers, maybe a level cap increase, but this is stuff that I think is very likely to occur in the new future. Like if you did enjoy the video, comment down below on all your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And I'll see all you lovely people in the next video. Peace out, everybody.